Hello YouTube. We have yet another video of another ASUS EeePC. This one is quite a bit older than the other one over there. This one is about 2 years old. They first came out with these in 2008. This is sort of the beginning of the netbook era, so to speak. It's quite... I like this netbook, despite its inferior specs. I like this netbook. It's just so tiny. As you can see here, we have LAN port, USB port, a fan, mic port, and headphone port. Now, the only drawback to this mic port and headphone port, and even the internal mic, is that this thing is not grounded particularly well, so you get a little bit of hum in the audio when you're recording with it, which is kind of a shame, and is kind of annoying. On the front, you have just the front edge of the buttons for the touchpad, and you have 4 LED indicators. Here you have an SD/MMC card reader with a dummy SSD card in it. We have 2 USB 2.0 ports and a VGA port, and Kensington lock bonus. And on the back we have a battery. So I will take the battery out. I'll show you that. This is the battery. This is one of the batteries that apparently ASUS really messed up on, and just this battery doesn't work anymore. When I boot up in Linux or Windows 7 on this laptop, it says the capacity, the remaining capacity of this battery is 1.9%. So this battery is clearly busted. It's a 52 milliamp battery. So yeah, I have a feeling that this laptop was left plugged in for the past 2 years, so the battery didn't get much use at all. So the story ends there pretty much. Let's put the battery back in. Lock it. As I cover up the product key of this computer, here's the bottom. My finger's covering up the product key. We have a vent here, a bunch of vents down there. There's a speaker actually, and there's the other speaker. And as you can see, this is the ASUS EeePC 900. Under this door here, you get access to the RAM, which is async RAM, just like the newer EeePC came with. It's async, 1 GB of 667 megahertz RAM, and you also get access to the little PCIe SSD. It's one of the earlier netbooks that takes the little card bus SSDs, which is nice. It comes with a Firos, I don't know how to pronounce it, SSD, and the stock SSDs that came with these, Firos, whatever their name is, the speed of them is absolute shit. From what I can tell, the speed of them is about 15 megabytes per second, both read and write, as far as my research tells me, and that speed is pathetic. Yuck. So, I'm going to open this up. Here's the inside of the laptop, here's the laptop open. Intel inside. This is the Windows XP version of the machine, so you don't actually get 2 SSDs. Some of these came with 2 SSDs, believe it or not. One was meant for the operating system, and one was meant for storage, which you could also replace with a 1.8-inch hard drive if you wish, but that required a lot of mods and stuff. Here's the touchpad. There's my finger for comparison. So the buttons on this feel pretty good, actually. The right click is a little bit easier to push down than the left one, for some reason. I don't understand that. The keyboard is very tiny, so if you have big fingers, you'll be a little cramped. But the keys feel very nice, actually. They have great tactile feedback, despite being that small. And this has a better webcam than the newer EeePC I have, a 1.3 megapixel webcam. So they had these 2 years ago, and they're still using the same damn thing, which I find kind of weird. I think the little hole right there, yeah, that's an LED. There's the internal microphone, which is just a dot. So, oh, also, this thing takes a traditional sized DC input for power. So I'll stick that in. And then we get the LED indicator. It's charging the battery, which doesn't hold a charge anymore, basically. Let's start this up and show you just how slow this computer is. It's pretty darn disgusting, actually. It's running Windows XP with the product key that's on the bottom of the computer. See, it's constantly reading that SSD right there. That's the third light. It's wicked bright. We got a mouse pointer. Oh boy. Let's type in a password. Or do I have to click on that frickin' thing? And there the SSD chugs away again. As you can see, it takes a while to start up because the SSD on here is so slow. I've even put it in classic mode just to help it along a little bit. And it's still just chugging away. 15 megabytes per second is far too slow. Period, for any computer. Even hard drives from the 90s weren't that slow, I wouldn't think anyway. I mean like 98, 99, as far as 90s time frame goes. Here's some software I've installed while it loads. I got Chrome, Pigeon, Skype. That's part of Office 2000. Adobe Audition 1.5. I'm using AVG because it uses the hard drive less than Avast does. I don't particularly like AVG that much, but it does work now in this 2011 iteration of it. Komodo Firewall, obviously, because you need a third-party firewall, Windows XP, or Windows at all, actually, because Windows Firewall sucks. It's a gate with no fence, pretty much. And it was telling me antivirus software wasn't installed when it was. That doesn't make any sense. It's slowly loading all the tray icons down there. It's got Komodo Firewall going. Let's get rid of that damn bubble. There's the AVG icon down there. Then we wait for it to load. It's still chugging away, as you can see. It's just constantly reading. It's so slow. And I'm doing this in real time to prove a point. I need to get a faster SSD for this computer at some point because this is just ridiculous. You know, I mean, wow. Let's see if I can... Wow. I'll come back once it's done chugging. Now it seems fairly okay. As you can see, the light is just kind of blinking every now and then, probably for the journaling or system restore. But now I can actually use the computer. That took like 30 seconds after I shut off the recording. But as you can see, I've got Office 2000 on this machine, which launches very fast considering this SSD is so slow. No, I don't want to register. Go away. Where's Paperclip? I like Paperclip. Looks like you're trying to run a computer. You want some help? There he is. It looks like you're writing a suicide note. Would you like some help? No, thank you. I hate that bastard sometimes. But what else do I got on here? I got Office, Skype. Basically, I went over all of it. I'll open Adobe Audition and record with the internal microphone for you. Look at Adobe Audition chugging at the hard drive. It's not even open yet. Oh my god. There we go. Oh god, it's loading the welcoming thing too. It's loading it fairly fast though. It's not that bad. It's still taking a lot longer than most computers do. Just to load this thing. We'll see how well this thing will play multiple tracks. I forgot to mention this the processor of this thing. This has a 900 megahertz Celeron M processor in it. That's pretty, yeah. It's rather slow, but still. Look how... It's more the hard drive that's a bottleneck here than the processor. So we'll play this. See if it can handle it. And it can. Not too shabby. Alright, let's make a new session. 44K. 44.1K, actually. We'll record on one track. This is a test of the recording quality of the internal microphone of this EeePC 900. This is the end of the test. This is a test of the recording quality of the internal microphone. You can't hear that, can you? Let me move the dinky little Apple microphone near the speakers. This is a test of the recording quality of the internal microphone of this EeePC 900. This is the end of the test. I don't know if you could hear that. That's really unprofessional of me, but eh. Alright, let's do this recording again. Alright, now we're going to demonstrate recording with the internal microphone. Okay, this is a test of the recording quality of the internal microphone of this EeePC 900. This is me speaking directly up to the microphone, which, as you can see, gets quite loud. And this is me speaking at a distance as I would, let's say, during a Skype call or something. So, oh, it lagged there. Let's see if that shows up in the test. Now I'll move the dinky little Apple microphone I'm using for capture right by the speakers. Okay, this is a test of the recording quality of the internal microphone of this EeePC 900. This is me speaking directly up to the microphone, which, as you can see, gets quite loud. And this is me speaking at a distance as I would, let's say, during a Skype call or something. So, oh, it lagged there. Let's see if that shows up in the test. And there you have it. Alright, and that's just a little test of the internal microphone there. No, I don't want to save anything. And we'll take a look at the camera. There you have it. You can see me recording with my LifeCam VX3000. It doesn't look half bad, actually. It's a lot better than the other EeePC over there, which is very good as far as I can see. So let's close that down. That is the that's just a little brief overview of this EeePC 900. It's really good for basic stuff. Like for an IRC chat computer, it would be perfect. As a Linux computer, it's also really, really good too. But I want to run Windows on this thing because there's certain programs I need to run. I've been running Windows XP on a majority of my machines now because of some of these programs. Anyway, that's been an overview of the EeePC 900. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.